build there and supply there locally. So we really do not have as much of material flows happening across the globe. Hence, most of our products are actually USMCA compliant, and hence the tariff implications are relatively muted. Whatever else that is there, frankly, we've been in constructive discussions with our customers to see that all of those can be passed throughs to the customer. So overall, we do not see any direct impact of any major nature in our from a financial perspective. So it's not really a challenge from our perspective. Having said so, it's an opportunity at least for sure, because we are a global company spread across 45 countries. In a scenario like this, the customers are likely to ask us to produce in more favorable areas where we do have facilities, and that enables us to thereby, rejig our supply chain and our production centers to cater to the revised needs, which may not be as easily doable for many other players. And hence we may tend to gain share. At least that's what we are seeing when some of the RFQ flows that we are seeing in our business. On top of it, in an environment like this, where the developed market continues to have uncertainties around the production side, interest rates remain elevated, inflation is higher, though lower than what it used to be, but still continues to be higher than, let's say, 5-7 years back. And hence, in an environment like this, there seems to be a lot of suppliers who are going through a painful period. And the customers are looking out for players like ourselves, which has much stronger balance sheet. You would have seen our net debt to EBITDA is 0.9x, and hence a fair amount of headroom to consume some assets. And hence, M&A seems to be a strong pipeline right now. And in a uncertain environment, it actually starts popping in that much more. As you know, ours is a customer-led strategy, so you can imagine in a situation like this, the customers are more than keen to see a player like us come and stabilize some of their supply chain issues.
Well, I just had one follow-up question to both of you, because specifically we've seen almost like 19% of your revenue come from the US. Now, I'm guessing that will also be billed revenue. It could be transported from other locations as well. So how much is already served from within the USA, if you can quantify or give some direction, as well as how do you see, which is USMCA compliant as well, basically plants in Mexico and Canada, which President Trump has given that, pardon, but how do you see that impact as well?
Look, the billing is happening from US. That is what is telling you in that 19% mark. The material moves multiple times across the borders, depending upon the nature of the product that you're referring to. So difficult to put a number, but I would say a very large majority of it would be USMCA compliant. Also, what we supply finally out of our US facilities is supplied to our customers in US itself. So it's not that the end products are actually moving shores, and hence, limited impact, even if there are reciprocal tariffs that may come up in other parts of the world.
If I get into the verticals as well, Vision Systems, amongst others, has underperformed essentially in Q4 as well as FY25. Could you call out some of the impact that has happened because of that? Is it an industry issue? And how do you expect that over the next year?
Actually, we would request if things are looked at on a year basis, that gives a far better picture on the performance. You're right that the vision vertical has a relatively muted growth. Part of it is driven by the nature of the industry. You would have seen that the industry has also degrown by -1% in this year. It's also been degrowing. If I were to look at ex-China, the degrowth is even steeper at -4%. And we are a large market share player across the globe, and hence the industry outcomes are reflected in the way the revenue plays out. Having said so, I think you would have known that we had created the camera monitoring systems quite some time back. Very happy to report that we have made significant inroads in that product now. We won nearly 400 million plus lifetime order on camera monitoring systems being embedded in the commercial vehicles. which will be a completely new line and will augur really well for the growth of the vision vertical going ahead.
So just adding to what Kunal mentioned about vision systems and what I wanted to also urge you to look at how Motherson has grown over years. So what we have done is we have continued to diversify across all three C's. So you will see 3CX10, and in that component, diversification is also there. And we have been continuously adding more and more content to support the customer. So it's not just about any one particular division or any one particular product. So with the Achusan coming in, we have now the sunroofs. We keep growing from one customer to multiple customers. In the vision system, CMS, as Kunal mentioned, that comes in, and more capability in aggregation with MSaaS coming in is happening in the group. Regarding your question on in terms of how do we see the market out, well, the market has volatilities and uncertainties, and the Motherson has always performed very well in these circumstances. So if you look back, over a 5-year period, we have just finished our 5-year term, and that's what the board looked upon and mentioned to us. They congratulated the entire team that in this 5-year period, which is one of the most difficult periods in our lifetime, where we had COVID, we had supply chain interruptions, we had wars, which led to many, again, disruptions, the company has performed very well. Over a 5-year period, we have given a CAGR of 19% on the revenue side, EBITDA 21% CAGR, and on the PAT 68% CAGR. And there has been impeccable execution. 23 new M&As, new companies got integrated into the group. So it's now 200,000 plus member Motherson family, which is performing together. So these ups and downs of the markets, uncertainties will be there. The company has shown time and again that it has the resilience to overcome them, perform under these tough circumstances, deliver quality, win many awards from the customer, and with their trust, move forward. And when there is so much of uncertainty and there are weak companies which have been there, where there are a lot of issues due to multiple reasons, geopolitical issues, customers ask us to acquire more companies, and that what gives us the opportunity to have more and more M&As. The whole idea has been to support our customers globally and support them from near shore. So always our facilities are nearby where our customers are located.
Well, I just want to take the point forward on your 5-year plan, because specifically we saw the 5-year plan has now ended in 2025, which was last announced during 2020, and it's been a strong growth, as you mentioned. Any kind of clarification that you can give us on what's your next 5-year plan? Is that already out?
Well, the detailed 5-year plan will be sometime when we do our investor conference. And that will be somewhere around September, October time, where we will give a complete details in terms of how we go ahead with our next 5-year plan. But just to share with you, I mean, today during the investor call, there were certain questions coming on this topic. So we did disclose that it's an ambition for the Motherson Group that we would like to go towards $108 billion in the next 5 years.
Well, one of your key new verticals has been the emerging businesses, and while there are a lot of other segments within that as well, which is segregated by auto and non-auto, within non-auto space, one of the key verticals is aerospace. Now that's roughly about 1,700 crores of revenue versus just about 330 last year. So I'm guessing a lot of orders were executed in this year. But if you can just talk us through what kind of products do you offer here? Is it because a lot of private defense companies in India, have a very long gestation period to qualify for these orders? Are you competing with those kind of orders? And with the two biggest giants in the aerospace, which is Boeing and Airbus, is there any kind of direct supply that you have with them as well?
Look, you're right. It takes a fair amount of time to make inroads in a space like aerospace. We actually started this journey all the way back in 2015, 16, 17. Somewhere in that time frame is when we had created a team. in order to explore entry into this market. We've been working slowly, giving customers an experience of Motherson. The first product that we won was actually the seat numbers that you see on the flight. When you enter and you start looking for your seat number, that's part that was one of the first orders that we won. So it's come a journey since then. We acquired Sim Tools in 2022. This was again at the behest of the customer. We created a joint venture with them, which was doing both soft and hard metal machining, making parts for some of the door, the emergency doors that are there. They were making parts for the door frames, some of the winglets, and it's a complete machining outfit. Then the customer asked us last year to acquire AD Industries. Those were doing some of the large parts for the LEAP engine, which, if you know, is pretty much like 60% of the or more of the market share of the single aisle aircrafts. So we've just followed the same philosophy that we have done on the automotive side. We have got in a small way, gave an experience to the customer. The customer has liked what we have done. We have waited for the customer to give us the right opportunity. Then after taking that opportunity, did well with it. And thereon, we got more and more opportunities. So that's exactly the philosophy with which the automotive business was created. And now we are creating the aerospace. In the time frame that we bought Sim Tools in 22 till now, we've pretty much quadrupled their order book. We've added new facilities in there. We are now also leveraging that facility for doing beyond automotive as well. So one of the things we've highlighted in this quarter as well, that we have started a greenfield for producing parts that go towards making the machines for the silicon wafers in the semiconductor industry. And that's again utilizing some of the machining capabilities that this asset has. So that's been the philosophy of utilizing again the capabilities that we have and trying to do more and more parts for different industries. So it's on a very strong footing right now with around about 1.3 billion of order book. The growth that you're seeing right now, 5x, is obviously driven partly by the M&A that's happened, and more of it will come as new greenfields kickstart next year. On the profitability, while you're seeing a 2x growth, but as AD Industries stabilizes and starts ramping up, we should be able to see more improvement on the margin front as well, besides the absolute profitability growing as well.
Well, Mr. Malani as well as Mr. Mittal, thanks so much for joining in, giving us the whole host of views on FY25 as well as what's the expectation from the next year. We wish you the best for the next and look forward to our next conversation. Well, viewers, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Earnings Edge with a very special conversation on Samvardhana Motherson. Stay tuned to NDTV Profit for more. Ask Profit comes up next.
तू ही तो है जिसकी सच्चाई वाली क्लैरिटी की वजह से मैं आज यहाँ हूँ।
गोल्ड प्लस सिल्वॉक्सी मिरर्स, ऐसी क्लैरिटी कि आपको सिर्फ सच नजर आए, चाहे कितने भी साल बीत जाएं।
The markets move fast,
and so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
do I buy Ola?
Should I
or
hold
buy
CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit. Do you really know the company you invest in? What is the real picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know your company. powered by NDTV Profit Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks,
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
Hi, thanks so much for joining in. Happy Friday to you. My name is Alex Matthew. This is Mahima Vachajani, and we'll take you through the next 45 minutes of trade. This is Ask Profit, of course, on NDTV Profit. And this show is geared towards getting you answers to all of your stock-related questions. To that end, you can either call us on the number that you see on the screen, the landline number, of course, or you can send us a message. Let's very quickly take you through what's happening with the markets right now. And I won't spend too much time telling you about that because you can see that on your screen for yourself. You have the benchmark Nifty 50 that's trading at the low point of the day, down about 0.4%. And you have the broader markets that have also capitulated just a tad bit, trading lower by about 0.4% for the mid-cap index, as well as 0.6, oh, actually it's about 0.1% for the small-cap index or thereabouts. So more strength as has been the case over the course of the week in the broader markets, and that continues to be the case. The market breadth, however, is tilted very firmly in favor of the declines, and that has changed quite dramatically over the course of the session. Most sectoral indices, if not all, are trading in the red right now. Let's pull that list up as well, just to give you some sense of what is happening. Energy, defense holding out as the relative better performers, but the metal index down about 1.7% or so. And you have this realty index that's down 1%. Auto, led by Bajaj Auto and a couple of other players, down about 1% or so. We're joined today by Jatin Gedia, a tech research analyst at Mirae Asset Sharekhan, as well as Mahesh Ojha of Hensex Securities. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for taking the time. Let me start with the first question, and that has to do with delivery. And we've got Mohit from Ludhiana who's asking about this. He's bought at levels of 280. The time frame is 3 years. Should he continue to hold is the question. He's in the green right now. Mahesh, should he hold on?
I think he can hold further. Some upside could become there. There could be a 440, 460 range. And technically, if you're looking from a delivery chart, it's also positive. So I think he can hold further for a 460, at least 460 level.
Interesting note on delivery also today from Bernstein. They have upgraded the stock in terms of the ratings, but they've cut the target price to around 430 from 450. All right, the next question is on Suzlon Energy. Priyanshu is writing in and wants to know whether he should hold, sell or add more of Suzlon at the moment. The stock is up 10% as we speak. Mahesh, I'll come to you on this one. Stellar set of numbers for Suzlon this particular quarter, and volumes have also significantly gone up by 110%. Profits have jumped almost threefold. Just wanted to get your sense as to how Q4 has panned out, and should one continue to hold right now and add more at the moment?
Definitely, numbers are super from all parameters. I think technically also it's giving good breakout, so it can be hold. and any downside nearby 70 range can add further. I think a stock can re-rate further for 85 to 90 range at least. So this number is supporting for price. I think he can hold for if anyone want to add further nearby 70 range, if anyone getting. So they can add further for a longer term period. Let's say bright journey. It's look like say bright journey in Suzlon in coming time.
All right. A lot of people have this stock in their portfolio. It's rewarded them well. It's bounced from recent lows as well. ITC Hotels, relatively new listing. And we've got Muzaffar Ahmed, who's writing in from Delhi and asking about the relatively short-term targets for this one. He's got 3,000 shares, which he's bought at levels of 205, and so he's making a pretty penny. The question for you, Mahesh, he's planning to hold only for the next 1 to 2 months. Should he do so, or should he extend his time frame? And what are the levels that he should look at?
I think he can hold for the 225, 228 level can become in ITC hotels if you are holding for a shorter term period. But if your horizon is a 6 to 9 month, at least we can see 250 to 260 zone in ITC hotel. Technically also strong and fundamental also supporting for a price.
So that's with regards to where ITC Hotel stands. In fact, they've got a very strong pipeline of key additions that they're planning by FY30. So interesting stock to watch out for. All right, the next, in fact, the first caller of the day, Shailja, is calling in from Hyderabad. Shailja, a very good morning to you. How can we help you?
Hi, Mahima.
Hi.
Good morning. Yeah, I have a query regarding Titagarh Rail.
Okay.
I do have 13 shares at price of 1,200.
Okay.
So I want to know, I want to know the fundamental analysis and whether to average it or not.
Okay, I got your query, Shailja. I'll take this up with Mahesh. Mahesh, I'll come to you on this one. She wants a fundamental view on Titagarh. What's the outlook like? And should she continue to hold the 13 shares that she's holding?
See, fundamentals of Titagarh are strong. I think if anyone want to add, then they can add in 850, 860 range. If any coming range, that could be from current perspective, it looks like say 850, 860 zone could be a good opportunity to add. Further from taking to fundamentals, I think 1150 to 1200 level could be coming near term also. All the market are doing good, and the small and mid cap are performing. So Titagarh also, we are hopeful for Titagarh also will perform in near term. So I think if anyone want to add, then 850, 860 range could be addable, and upside could be 1150 to 1200 level in near term. That could be a 6 to 9 month horizon.
Sai Karthik is writing in from Dallas, Texas. Apologies. And he's got Hindalco, which he's bought at a price of 621.6. He wants to know the short to medium term time frame outlook for this stock. He's identified that as 3 to 6 months. Jatin, very good morning to you, and coming to you on this one. Metal pack under pressure today. What's the outlook on Hindalco though?
Yeah, see, overall, we believe that there is some amount of pressure in metals today. However, what we see is that the short-term trend for metal pack and in particular Hindalco is still positive. 620 is the buying price around which he has initiated his
I think we have some audio issues there, but we'll come back to Jatin on that particular counter. Our next question is from Vishakha, who's writing in from Bengaluru. She's holding 35 odd shares of Siemens, bought 2 years back at 4085 a piece, and she's still considering it from a longer term perspective. Mahesh, I'll come to you on this one. She's sitting on a loss of 26,000 odd rupees right now. What's the outlook like for Siemens? Should she continue to hold or book losses?
See, some upside upside potential is there, but I think 4,000 is far from current view. I think 4,000 level could be very far from current view. 3,500, 3,600 level could be come in near term also. If any downside nearby, if anyone getting nearby 3,000 level, then they should average further if their horizon is a longer term. I think 3,500, 3,600 level could be coming near term. From that perspective, they can accordingly plan their trading or investing.
Just let's complete that view though. I got your view on Siemens. Jatin is back with us. Jatin, unfortunately, we're facing a little bit of an issue with your line, but you were making a point on Hindalco. Would you like to complete that?
Yeah, see, in the case of Hindalco, the immediate there is some amount of weakness that is creeping in because the stock is now breaching its 20-day moving average and sustaining below that. So there is a possibility that the stock slips towards 620, wherein the next crucial support level is placed. So I think you should continue to hold over a period of say 1 to 2 months. We are expecting levels of 685 in the case of Hindalco. So hold on in the case of Hindalco with a trailing stop loss placed at 605 for his investment. As of now, weakness is there. However, the downside is limited.
All right. All right. Thanks so much for that view, Jatin. And I understand that you're leaving us right now. So happy Friday and thanks so much for taking the time. Mahesh, do stay with us. We have to slip into a very quick break. Viewers, on the other side, we'll take more of your questions, so do stay tuned.
That's huge. That is a biggie. It's out of there.
गोल्ड ग्लास क्लियर ग्लास बाहर हो या नियर सब कुछ दिखे क्लियर
Everybody questioned to say, wait a second, you're from India. Nobody builds product companies from India. Will not fund you.
You prepare for what to do when someone says no. Are you prepared for what to do if someone says yes?
I'd done 40 investor pitches. The number of times as an entrepreneur you hear no, you're building a muscle internally just to deal with the no.
When you found someone to come and say, okay, I think there is an idea here and I'm ready to back it with cold hard cash.
20 minutes in, he was like, Naveen, I've decided I'm going to give you $7 million.
Wow.
I had 20,000 rupees left in my account. Now I cannot compute what $7 million means to me. Came out, sat into my rental car, and I crashed.
You crashed the car or you fell asleep? Why don't we have the next Google, the next Meta, or even the DeepSeek?
When you try to compare a US technology evolution and a Chinese technology evolution, for us it's only been 15 years. India should write the software on which the world should run.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit. Do you really know the company you invest in? What is the real picture behind presentations and claims?
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit on NDTV Profit, and Ravi Singh, Senior Vice President Retail Research of Religare Broking, joining us on this side of the show. Ravi, thanks so much for taking the time. Pleasure having you on the program. All right, we've got our next caller from Hyderabad. Govind is calling us, asking about Natco Pharma. Govind, good morning to you. How can we help you?
Very good morning, sir. Alex, sir, Mahima and all of the team. Sir, actually, I have brought Natco Pharma, sir.
Yes.
On the average price of 999 rupees, actually.
Right.
So I brought 6 months or 8 months back, and when again I will come down to the average actually.
Okay.
Is it right time to add some more, sir, or else what is the technical view or fundamental view, sir, actually?
So, but are you intending to hold for the long term, Govind, or is this a short term?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hold at least 2 to 3 years.
Got it. Okay. So from that perspective, Mahesh, then on the fundamentals, we're still waiting for that secular up move in some of these pharmaceutical companies. So Natco Pharma, what's the opinion here?
See, the last current quarter number came good. I think number is supportive for price also. So from a shorter to longer term perspective, I think if they even want to add in lower level, that could be range 840, 860 range could be a good range for add further. I think 940, 960 range could be coming near term. That could be 3 to 6 month horizon. After that, what we can see 1050 to 1100 level in Natco Pharma. So we are quite positive on Natco Pharma from now onwards.
So that's with regards to where Natco Pharma stands. The next question is from Parul, who is writing in from Dubai, and she wants to have a view on GPT Infra. She's bought it at the levels of 147. She wants to know if she can hold or sell now. Ravi, I'll come to you on this one. What's the view like? What are the charts indicating?
Yeah, chart is looking positive and it's consolidated around 140 to 145 level. So put the stop loss of 140 and hold for the target of 165. And once it achieve the target, then kindly ask again, because there is a very volatile counter. So I can say that just once it achieve the target, then ask again, ask profit.
Okay, so that's with regards to where GPT Infra stands. The next question is from Nagendra, who's writing in from Tokyo. We're getting a lot of international messages today. He's holding 3,184 shares of Sandhana Nitro at an average price of 37, comparatively a very small counter. Sorry, my mistake, it's Sadhana Nitro, and he wants to know if you can help with an outlook on this particular counter. I'll come to you on this one, Ravi, for the charts. What are the charts indicating?
Ma'am, chart what indicating doesn't matter because the illiquid counter. So I can say that there is a lot of stocks. They have a potential to go upside, right? If you 20 rupees or 22 rupees, then South Indian Bank is one of the option, and PSB Bank is one of the option, but not this stock. So I can say that take exit from here and buy South Indian Bank. They have enough potential to go upside around 38. So better to switch your position.
So that's with regards to where Sadhana is concerned. All right, the next caller, Murli, is calling in from Bengaluru. Murli, a very good morning to you. How can we help you?
Very good morning to you. Thank you for taking up my query. And I bought ICRA, rating agency, 38 shares in December 24 at rate of 6684.
Okay.
And is it better to hold because there are very limited options in this space?
Right.
And they also give a good dividend. Is it a better option to hold after the results yesterday, which they have done recently well? Or should I switch out to other rating agencies like Crisil or CARE?
Got it. Got your point, Murli. I'll take this up with Mahesh. Mahesh, your view on ICRA. Murli wants to have a view on ICRA specifically, and ICRA versus other credit agencies like CRISIL. What's the outlook like?
I think rating agency counter can be held for a longer term period. From a shorter term period, if you are getting something, then book partially and try to re-enter in lower level. From these counter specific, we are looking, you can hold further for a longer term period. I think it's still much more potential for rating agency companies in India. ICRA, CARE, and any other companies we see he can hold further for a longer term period.
So, but the question is, you must have seen the results yesterday, Mahesh, and the numbers look particularly good. There is an expansion in the margins as well. Would you deploy further at this stage?
I think some upside could come due to expansion, but if you're looking from a longer term perspective, all ICRA can be do very well in upcoming time also. So from their perspective also, and from working pattern of ICRA, if you're looking on a working pattern, they are day by day increasing their working pattern. So I think a longer term period, they can hold further. From a short term period, we can see some profit booking in lower level. If anyone bought, then profit booking could become and try to re-enter if anyone get the origin very short term. But yes, longer term is still bullish impact.
Long term is bullish on ICRA. Murli, hopefully that answers your question. Raghu from Bengaluru is asking the next question, asking about Texmaco Infra. And this is a share that he bought at levels of 142. He's currently incurring a loss of about 17,000 rupees. The share is currently trading at 99 or thereabouts. Ravi, on the charts, what are the prospects here?
Yeah, there is a very strong support around 90 to 88 levels, but I can say that don't panic, sir. This is the very good stock, and I can say that they have enough potential to achieve 135 levels. So from current level, you can achieve 35% return on longer term. So I can say that do some average and buy more at this level. Put the stop loss of 90 rupees in a closing basis, and the target is 135. So don't panic, sir. Take call easily.
Okay, all right. So that's the view on Texmaco. Don't panic is the call from Ravi. Kiran is calling us from Hyderabad. Very good morning, Kiran. How can we help you today?
Good morning, sir. I'm holding 822 shares of Swiggy at 337 rupees, sir.
All right.
So could I see an upside in the next 3 to 6 months of good targets? And are there any buying opportunities in power and pharma sector, sir?
Okay, no, I'd like to restrict it to one per viewer, Kiran, if you let me, and then maybe down the road we can take more of your questions. But let me take your question on Swiggy. You've got a relatively shorter term time frame. Ravi, I'm just wondering if you have enough data on the charts. It is a rank underperformer. It is trading below its issue price. Do you have enough data?
Sir, I can say that order some Swiggy for food, but don't buy stock because this is not good at this level. So, once you buy and do the marketing, that is the very common strategy these days. The lot of men are doing. So I can say that take exit, sir. Don't panic at this.
Take an exit and order something. Order something for food. Do you concur, Mahesh? And is it your view in the food delivery space overall, or would you prefer an eternal at this point?
My view is totally different from Ravi's. Ravi's are not optimistic for a food delivery space, but I think Swiggy has a potential for some upside. I think 360 to 375 range could become in near term. If we're looking on a technical basis chart, that is also giving some support on lower end that is near 310. So if anyone want to add, they can add in 325, 328 range and keep stop loss near 308. I think 360, 375 level could be coming near term.
Okay, so that's with regards to food delivery platform stocks, that is Swiggy and Eternal. And it's interesting because Swiggy has been foraying into a lot of other things and not concentrating on something that they do well, that is the food delivery and their Instamart business. In fact, they've scaled up the 10-minute delivery platform quite significantly, and they should focus on that, in my opinion.
You would know, you're the analyst, right?
Yeah. All right. Moving on with the next question. Bharat is writing in and he's asking about an outlook on Z Entertainment from a longer term perspective and wants to know if he can add at the current levels. Mahesh, I'll again come to you on this one. What's the outlook like for Z Entertainment?
I think G has a much more potential for upside, but due to compliance issues, G is not performing. Once compliance resolved slowly, I think we can see 145, 150 range at least from a longer term perspective. If anyone want to add, then they can wait for some lower. If anyone get near 115, 118, they can add further. With a stop loss of 108, I think stock has a much more potential. At least 150 range could become in 6 to 9 months at least.
So that's the view on Z Entertainment. Mayur is calling us about a stock that is in focus today. Mayur, very good morning to you. You want to know about Mazgon Dock Shipbuilders. What do you want to know?
I just want to know the long-term aspect of that company, because even after getting multiple orders, the margins and overall profit slumped in quarter four. So just want to know what will be the longer view on this stock. I have 55 stocks at the average price of 955.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll have to correct that. We thought it was 60 shares at a price of 955. 60 shares at 955. All right. So okay. So you're sitting on a sizable profit at this point. Let me go across to Mahesh. Mahesh, what he's saying is absolutely right. You had margins that fell off a cliff. They came in at 3% or thereabouts. And I understand that in the shipbuilding space and the space that Mazagon is in, there's an S-shaped revenue recognition process that they have. So there is lumpiness that the business will see. But why would it fall as much as it did?
Partly I want to congratulate for choosing a good stock at a lower level. I'm also tracking from a 200 level from a Mazagon Dockyard, I think. So from lower level, I'm tracking the same. If you're looking from a current data, they have done provision of 501 CR. That is the concern from result are not looking good. But yes, if you're looking from a longer term perspective, order book is very good. I think these kind of stock we should hold in a delivery basis. Don't look on a 1 to 2 month or a 1 to 2 quarter. I think 3 to 5 year horizon could be there, and they will make surely money in a longer term period from here onwards only. So I think he please hold the same and don't try to 1 to 2 quarter. If any adjustment, then that should be denied. I think a longer term zone it's still intact, and we can see some more handsome upside in Mazagon Dockyard from these levels also.
All right, so that's the view with regards to where Mazagon Dock stands. We have our next caller. Deep is calling in from Hyderabad. Deep, a very good morning to you. How can we help you?
Hi, this is Deep, and good morning to everyone. I'm calling regarding the Dixon Technologies.
Okay.
I'm holding a stock around, the stock present, I'm holding around 210 shares at an average price of 15,858.
Okay.
I'd like to know the short-term targets and long-term or any options. Like I want to even accumulate at this stage also around 90 shares I can accumulate.
Okay.
And hold for short-term at least.
Okay.
I'm looking for. I'd like to have a proper, little higher advice on this because I thought the result was very good and this, I don't know what happened for this share actually.
Right, got your point, Deep. I'll take this up with Ravi. Ravi is sitting on a loss of 2.6 lakh rupees right now, but he wants to know if he can continue to hold from a shorter term perspective to see some kind of bounce back in the stock. Like he mentioned, results for Dixon was stunning. There was a 121% growth in their overall revenues. What's the view like where charts are concerned?
Ma'am, definitely charts are poor now in recent days, but I can say that in a longer term, stock is good. If you compare with the IT industry, then I can say that this is the stock that they have enough potential to give a return of 17 to 18% on yearly basis. So I can say that wait for some time. You may see some more correction around 14,200 to 14,300 level, but don't panic at this point of time. Wait for the 14,200 levels or 300 levels. Once achieve the level, then buy double quantity, add some more, put the stop loss of 13,800 level for the target of 16,000 level. So there a lot of volatility in this counter, but I can say that sit with the patient.
Keep patience with Dixon Tech as far as the charts are concerned is the view coming in from Ravi. Sticking with the EMS space, Mario Lobo has bought Keynes Tech at 6,500 on the day of Q4 results, and he's holding around 20 odd shares and wants to know if he can continue to hold this as well from a 1 month perspective. Ravi, I'll again come to you on this one. EMS as a space this time has done significantly well. Even Keynes saw a growth of around 77% odd in their overall revenue. What's the support and resistance levels that you're observing on the charts?
Ma'am, there is a news impact. That's why we have seen some correction. So there is a very strong support around 5850 levels. So I can say that put the stop loss of 5850 levels. If cross below 58-50 level, then you take exit. Otherwise, just hold and wait for the your buying price level. So I think there is no panic. There is only the news impact. That's why we have seen some correction.
So that's with regards to where Keynes is concerned. Our next caller, Sham, is calling in from Noida. Sham, very good morning to you. कैसे मदद करें आपकी?
मैडम मेरे पास में 350 शेयर है SW सोलार के 280 की एवरेज पे।
ठीक है।
मैं इसको 1 साल तक रुक सकता हूँ, क्या लगता है आपको इसमें क्या हो सकता है मैडम?
ठीक है, और ये आपने अभी खरीदा है क्या?
हाँ, मैंने अभी पिछले 1-2 महीनों में एवरेज करके 280 पे आया हूँ।
ठीक है, ओके। समझ गई आपकी क्वेरी। मैं ये क्वेरी महेश जी से लूंगी। महेश, योर व्यू ऑन SW सोलर, एंड इफ यू कैन आंसर दिस क्वेरी इन हिंदी, इट विल बी बेनिफिशियल फॉर द व्यूअर।
नहीं, देखिए आपका खरीदी भाव जो है काफी ठीक है, मेरे हिसाब से आपको होल्ड करना चाहिए। और ये आपको कम से कम, अगर आपका व्यू 6 से 9 महीना और 1 साल का व्यू है, तो 375 से 400 की रेंज आपको जरूर दिखा देगा। लेकिन थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, थोड़ा कंसोलिडेशन जोन है, इसके अंदर थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा। फंडामेंटली कंपनी बढ़िया है। अब थोड़ा सा अब मार्केट टर्न अराउंड हो रहा है, स्मॉल एंड मिड कैप में थोड़ी सी बाइंग अपॉर्चुनिटी वापस से जनरेट हो रही है। तो मेरे हिसाब से थोड़ा और इसको टाइम देना चाहिए। आपको 375 से 400 तक की रेंज 1 साल के अंदर जरूर दिखा देगी।
All right. Shailendra is asking the next question on a stock that is of interest to a lot of people, IEX, and he's bought at levels of 175. The stock is trading above that at close to 200 levels. He's got 250 shares. He says he wants to buy on a regular basis for the long term. Is this a strategy that you would suggest is appropriate, Mahesh? Kind of like a SIP approach to accumulating this stock. What's the opinion?
I think there is a much more counter we can see that kind of strategy. But from an IEX perspective, I think a 220, 225 level could be kept in near term. So if you are looking for a longer term perspective, you can evaluate another many more counter. That is the banking. We can see, just say there with banking, in PSU banking specific, we are looking, there is a lot of opportunity from a longer term perspective. So from IEX perspective, I think 220, 225 level is kept for a 6 to 9 months at least, and we are not seeing much more growth potential for a longer term period from a current view. So try to another counter. Banking, private banking are preferred, PSU banking are preferred, banking like Canara Bank are preferred. So you should try to that counter, I think so.
Okay, so that's the view with regards to where Canara Bank stands. Our next caller, Ananya, is calling in from Bengaluru. Ananya, very good morning to you. How can we help you?
Hi, good morning. I just wanted to ask about Ola Electric.
Right.
It's trading at a significantly lower price from the issue,
right,
from the IPO. So is it a good entry level to Ola Electric? What does the technical chart say? I just wanted to know about that.
Okay, I'll take this up with Ravi. Ravi, I think the negative sides of Ola just doesn't stop, right? In terms of earnings, revenue is down 61%, losses expanded, in fact, more than doubled to 695 crores, and net loss also stood at around 870 crore, even that more than doubled. So that's with regards to where, of course, the earnings are concerned, and the stock is also seeing a significant amount of pressure in trade today. But in terms of where the charts are concerned, do you have enough data to tell us as to what are the charts indicating?
Ma'am, I can say that Ola Electric, there is no spark is there. So I can say that, sir, buy another stock. I can suggest in 50 rupees or 60 rupees stock. The lot of stocks are more potential to go upside. And I can say that there is no uptrend or there is no space to earn any money if you invest in this counter. So I can say that buy at Morphin Lab at current level. Put the stop loss of 5 to 6 rupees, and you can get 20 to 25% return on yearly basis. So there is a risk reward ratio is better. Company is better. Fundamental is also supporting. Technical chart is also supporting. So buy more strong company at this level.
So my team is asking, in this case, is it better to book a cab from Ola as opposed to buying the share? Going by your analogy. Anyway, we'll come to that question in a bit. We had another slightly open-ended question, and this is from David. I think it would benefit a lot of people. For a perspective of 1 to 2 years, and you've named a few stocks, Mahesh, he's looking to deploy around 5 lakh rupees, and he's asking for a diverse set of stocks, and he's not asking for too many, 5 stocks that you would pick in the and across market capitalizations. He's not really specified. He said you can talk about large, mid and small. Which 5 would you deploy in right now?
I think 3 counter in my radar, that is a BMM, Afcons Infra, particularly 2 counter we are looking, 3rd counter is Sunstar. So these are the some small market cap counter, but yes, I think a much more potential for a upside. So these counter can be looked for a longer
Mahesh,
term.
can you repeat the names, please? Mahesh, apologies. Can you repeat the names, please?
Vishal Megamart, Sunstar, and Afcons Infra.
Got it.
3 counter is on my radar. So I think these counter have a much more potential for upside in near term as well as for a longer term period. So these 3 counter one can look on a longer term based from perspective. I think these counter could have much more potential from if you are looking for a 1 year horizon. I think 30 to 35% could be upside potential there. So these 3 counter can be preferred.
Okay. All right. So those are what Mahesh likes based on the fundamentals. Prabhu is calling us from Karnataka. Very good morning, Prabhu. Where in Karnataka are you calling from, and how can we help you today?
Hi, good morning. I hold SJV and Sure 1000 quantity. Buying price is 134. Yesterday they have declared the result. Even they are into showing loss. So even is it good time to average or hold or exit in loss?
Yeah, that's a good question. You saw the numbers. I'm glad that you did. What is the time frame that you had in mind, Prabhu?
I already hold this stock from last 6 to 7 months.
Sure.
Okay, I'm ready to hold 1 year.
1 year, okay. Mahesh, if you've looked at the numbers, what he's saying is absolutely right. The numbers were not very good. This, of course, is a company that is engaged in electricity generation, specifically in the hydropower space. But the numbers were pretty poor for the 4th quarter. Would you hold on for a period of 1 year?
Yes, he can hold further, but yes, if you want to average, then try to nearby 88, 90 zone. If any level, that level coming, you can average further. From last few years, we have seen their company improving their working pattern. So I think 1 quarter should be wait and watch. We can see some improvement in coming quarters. So hold and try to average in nearby 90, 92, 88. If anyone getting in these levels, that could be range there, they can average further.
All right, our next caller is calling us from Kolkata. Gyasuddin, have I gotten your name right, and what is your question?
Yes, you're right. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
My
Actually,
pleasure.
I bought Sanzar Electronics at a price of 940. When I've gone to the con call, they are saying approximately 20% of growth, CAGR growth, and they are also provided that they'll be able to increase the margin by 10%. But still, the stock is not moving. So, should I hold or like what to do?
So you're saying, what is the growth that they were talking about?
Apart from smart metering, smart meter business, they still growing. They will be able to grow at 20%.
20% top line growth.
Ratio is on around 30. Yes, top line growth. Top line growth, they are saying that they will increase by 10%, like 100 BPS margin. They will increase by 100 BPS margin.
1 percentage point. Got it.
Of around 30.
Got it. I got your question. So you're looking for, you've bought already at price of 940, which is currently very, very close to the market price, and you want to know about the long-term prospects. Salza is the name of the counter, Salza Electronic. Mahesh, coverage on this counter, and as I see it, they have hovered around that margin of around 9%, 10% range over the course of the last few financial years. So improvement from 9% to 10%, not very significant. What is the view on this one?
If you're looking on a counter specific rewarding only a longer term delivery basis player. So I think we are tracking from a 160 to 170 range from in Salza Electronics. Stock has a few potential for a upside that could be a range 1050, 1100 level. But the investor should hold patiently because nature of stocks is it's running differently. So I think if anyone hold, then they can hold further. But patience type investor will be rewarded in upcoming time. So nature of stock is totally differently from a normal stock. So I think they can hold and they can look like that way.
Okay. Mahesh, Ravi, it is time now to hit the rapid fire segment. And during this segment, what happens is in 2 minutes, I throw as many questions at you as possible. And you give us a short answer if you can. So the first question is on BSE. And this is a question from Chandan, who's writing from Hubli. He's sitting on a 200% profit. Should he book it right now? What's the view, Ravi?
Yeah, definitely. Don't be greedy. Book the profit. That is a good strategy.
The next question is from Pratik, who's writing from Pune. He's holding HDFC Bank, 2,000 shares at 1,500 levels, wants a long-term view. Mahesh, should he hold?
Hold.
Adani Energy Solutions, border levels of 1,250,000 shares. This is Satish from Andhra Pradesh. Should he add more? Should he hold? Ravi, what's the view?
Add around 840 to 830 levels and hold it.
Okay, Electra Green Tech is the next counter. Shrikant is holding 2,800 shares bought at 1,780 a piece. Wants to know whether he should continue to hold or not. Mahesh, your view?
Hold on.
Okay. Godwin wants to know about NBCC. NBCC is the name of the counter. Long-term views being sought. Mahesh, should he buy right now?
Yes, they can buy further 112 to 114 zone and hold for a longer term period.
Okay, Axida Cotton is the next counter. E. Venkatraman from Bengaluru wants to know as to whether he should continue to hold, accumulate or sell. Ravi, what's the view like?
I think this stock is lesser volume, so I can say that I just avoid these type of stocks. Buy a good fundamental or technical strong stocks.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. It is a penny stock. CDSL, on that note, is that a good stock to hold if you bought at levels of 1,400? Would you add more at the current price on the basis of the charts? What's the view, Ravi? Ishan wants to know.
Yeah, definitely they can hold, put the stop loss of 1480 levels for the target of 1780.
Okay, Electronic Smart India. Sridhar wants to know if we can enter at the current levels. Ravi, I'll come to you on this one. It's down over 50% in the past 6 months.
Yeah, it's difficult to hold. I can say that buy NBCC at the same price is 116. They have enough potential, and also the target is around 140 to 150 levels. So just switch the position. This is the good strategy.
Okay, all right. On that note, gentlemen, thanks so much for taking the time. Pleasure speaking with you as always. And that brings us to the end of this edition of Ask Profit. Thanks so much for watching. From Mahima and myself and the team that put this show together, thanks so much for tuning in. Happy Friday, happy weekend, and do stay tuned. Up next is Know Your Company.
गोल्ड प्लस ऑप्टिमिस्टिक रिफ्लेक्टिव ग्लास लगाओ, धूप की गर्मी को दूर भगाओ और बिजली का बिल भी बचाओ.
Everybody questioned to say, wait a second, you're from India. Nobody builds product companies from India. Will not fund you.
You prepare for what to do when someone says no. Are you prepared for what to do if someone says yes?
I'd done 40 investor pitches. The number of times as an